Good afternoon on a rather beautiful Saturday afternoon, and I'm here at Purfleet in one of the bends in the River Thames, and as you can see, it is an absolutely beautiful afternoon and a beautiful scene with a yacht serenely moving down the river, and all is peaceful, all is calm, all is lovely. Except, sadly, yesterday, some rather nasty individuals decided to commit an act of vandalism. The building that you can now see in front of you, which is very secure, it has to be said, is a former gunpowder magazine, and is actually the home of one of Thurrock's hidden gems. It's the Purfleet Heritage and Military Centre, and I've spent many an hour inside there. It houses so many wonderful things about the borough's heritage. And the people who run it, all volunteers, are absolutely fantastic, and they contribute enormously to the history and the well-being of Purfleet. They're great people. I've just been talking to one of them, Alan Gosling. Unfortunately, he's not over well, but he's just been down here, and he didn't want to go on camera, but he's been devastated what's happened. Out on this site, there are, through the year, a number of tributes to the military. This is the starting point for the annual service of remembrance in November for Thurrock, on the first Sunday in November from here, regardless of the date of the service. Purfleet kicks off the borough commemorations with a parade from here down to St Stephen's Church, just along the way. It's an event I've attended several times and have indeed filmed. And a couple of years ago, to mark the end of the First World War, this was the base for the centenary celebrations, commemorations of the end of the First World War. And as part of that, some tributes were left in the form of, made by a guy called Trevor Batchelor, who's the vice chair of the Purfleet-on-Thames Community Forum, made some Tommies, which stood in tribute. And they've stood there for 2 years until yesterday, when some rather nasty people decided, let's smash them all up. So as you can see here, this is one of them. Not the worst, but as you can see, somebody's decided to kick it to the ground. It looks like they've been shooting air rifles at it, but they're beyond repair. The good news is Trevor has already committed to making some more. Those gentlemen stood guard on one side of this establishment, and another array of soldiers marked the entrance, which I'll show you, and they were equally smashed. This is not just an accident. This is a willful act of vandalism, a willful act of disrespect, and it's something that particularly annoys me and has annoyed the community of Purfleet. And already there have been lots of messages of support, lots of messages of condemnation, and there is already a fundraising page to replace the tribute. But as you can see here, the soldiers that stood guard here have had their heads removed. That's not an accident, that's willful, destructive, nasty vandalism. What's done is done. It's interesting, they've been phlegmatic, the people who run this centre, and they've said, okay, we'll sort it out. We'll rebuild the figures, we'll make them stronger, we'll make them better, and we'll have them back in place. And as I say, a fundraiser is in place to help them do that, and there will be details posted on Thurrock Nub News. But I just thought I'd pop along to this rather beautiful space on the river in Purfleet, a place that's not always known for its beauty. And sadly today we're reflecting on the negative side of its character, but I can assure you that there are far more good people in Purfleet than bad. And these guys will get their heads back on, or there'll be new heads, and there'll be a new tribute. And as the famous saying goes, we will remember them. Thank you from Purfleet, and as I say, the details for the fundraiser will be posted shortly on Thurrock Nub News.